Welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy. Welcome to Catskill Mountain Homebody. Plan for today is to bake some sweet scones. Last time I made savory scones, and today I thought I would make some sweet scones. I'm gonna make a recipe that does not use eggs this time. I have a niece that is allergic to eggs and she's coming up with her family. I thought I would try a chocolate chip scone recipe that doesn't have eggs in it so that she can eat it. So that's what we're gonna do today. But the first thing I'm gonna do is eat dinner. I started dinner early. Joe and I are gonna he bought a little ham, and we're gonna have some potatoes and some vegetables for dinner. And then after dinner, I will focus on baking these eggless scones, chocolate chip scones. So that's the plan for today. I hope you all are having a wonderful spring. We are now in April. We made it to April. All of our snow is gone in the Catskills. We've had some rainstorms that has washed away a lot of the snow, so that's nice. Most of the snow's gone. There's a little bit of snow in the shade, but other than that, it's all gone. Perfect day to bake some chocolate chip scones. All right, after we eat, I'll pull the ingredients out and we'll start baking. All right, I'm getting ready to bake. We ate dinner. There's a storm brewing. Let me show you. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is windy. You can't really tell. I don't know if you can hear the wind. There is some wicked weather coming. Oh boy, well, it's the Catskills, so you know, it's just gonna be rain. All right, let me show you the ingredients I've pulled for these chocolate chip scones. So you're gonna need some mini morsels. I went out today and I bought the semi-sweet mini morsels. We're gonna need 1 stick of unsalted butter, cold. We're gonna need a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a little bit of vanilla extract, about 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/4 tablespoon of baking soda, 1/4 tablespoon of salt. I've already put flour in my big bowl, so that's about 2½ cups of flour. I also have a cup of buttermilk in the fridge that I'm going to be pulling out. So those are the main ingredients in the chocolate chip scones that we're going to be pulling together today. All right, so let's get baking. The first thing we're going to need to do is get our trusty pastry cutter out. I got my pastry cutter ready to go for the next recipe. I used this in the last recipe. So we're going to chop up the butter into chunks, and then we're going to incorporate this with the pastry cutter into the flour. All right. Again, half an hour to get those scones together. All right, so for these scones, they're gonna go in the refrigerator for 15 minutes before we bake them. The last scones we froze for half an hour, so little variation in the recipe. We're gonna be baking these in a 400-degree oven Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna be brushing the tops of these scones with buttermilk. And I have a tablespoon of buttermilk I've pulled aside to put on the tops of the scones. All right, so while I'm waiting for the scones to get set up in the refrigerator, time to clean the kitchen. Kitchen is clean. Everything's put away. And I'll be pulling out the scones from the refrigerator in a minute and popping them in the preheated oven. I just pulled these out of the refrigerator. I am going to brush a little bit of buttermilk on the top of each one of these. These have been brushed with buttermilk. I'm going to pop them in the oven. It's already heated up. And we'll bake for 20 minutes. Okay, the scones are in the oven. I'll show you them when they pop out of the oven. And again, these I'm not going to store in my freezer because I'm going to bring them tomorrow to see my 2 nieces. Actually, I might see 3 nieces tomorrow. And it'll be for tomorrow when we go and have a family visit. So that's the plan. So I'll show you how they look when they come out of the oven. Here they are, all done. This one twisted a little bit, that's okay. That's the bottom. I really can't touch them yet. They're kind of hot. They smell really, really good though. All right, I gotta let these cool before we take a closer look at them. But they do look perfect. They're golden on top. And that's the bottom. They're golden on the bottom. So I turned off my oven. We're gonna let those cool before I show you guys all of it. But the storm is really coming in. Let's look outside. Well, my windows are covered in water. The wind is blowing the rain against the house. I don't know if you can see right here. The rain is falling sideways. Before I give you guys the final view of the chocolate chip scones, I just want to thank you for joining me today on this baking adventure, really quick baking adventure for our family visit tomorrow. If you like baking or cooking recipes, consider subscribing to my channel, Catskill Mountain Homebody. Please stay tuned for a close-up of the baked scones, and I'll see you guys in the next video.